What's good, ladies and gentlemen, bitches? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Recording live from, I said welcome back. Recording live from the mothership. And it's not true Tekken Lemon today. Today we're going to do something. We're going to teach a little bit of REINA. We're in the middle of the week of Hwarang, so obviously for the foreseeable future, we won't be playing REINA on the channel unless we're doing like some casuals or whatever, right? In terms of the true Tekken Lemon, we're going to be playing Hwarang for the rest of the week. But I want to touch on something. We done the Sentai Pro Tech the other day. Today, not so much tech. I mean, it is tech, kind of, right? But I want to touch on something again that is untapped potential for REINA. Now, this isn't 100% complete research. This is going to be research that goes on for a long time moving forward because there's a lot to learn about REINA's parry, right? So today, like I said, we're gonna touch on REINA's parry. We're gonna go into some of the potential that this has, because you see a lot of REINA players, but you don't see almost anyone using this parry. Y'all see me on the channel every now and again with certain strings maybe using this parry, but there's a lot of stuff that this parry is really good against. So we're gonna try. I don't have a script. I kind of just have it up here. So bear with me. You know, I'm not one for the tutorials. I'm not used to all of this, but I'm gonna try and explain to you guys why REINA's parry is something that, to be honest, is a game changer. Like, this parry is the definition, as much as the definition of a game changer as you can get. And this is what I think right now. I have REINA somewhere in like high mid-tier, right? Mid-tier to high mid-tier is what I think. I don't really think maybe she's as good. I mean, she's really good. I like REINA. Definitely a lot better than I originally thought she was. Especially after I've got to understand her more and I've put more hours in. She's good. She's good. But I think this parry could possibly make her definitely top tier, if not like top 5, top 3. This parry has so much potential. So, obviously, let me just set... I picked Law because Law is a character who can really showcase what this parry can possibly do, right? I've put a lot of research, especially over the last few days, into what this parry can do. So if I set Law to just punish with a basic jab, you know what, we don't even have to be in it, but it's fine. He parry with a basic jab, right? I mean punish with a basic jab. So if I do this, he's gonna jab back at me, right? So if I parry that, just to show you guys what this parry does. So as you can see, it's not even really a parry as such, because what it does, you still take the damage, as you can see there, but it basically just ignores recovery frames, right? It just ignores the recovery of the move. You don't take the impact of the move. You just take the damage. I don't know if you take the full damage. You don't. You take more. So you take more damage, right? For doing this parry. Not too much more. How much have I taken? So that did 5. It doesn't say, but we take a little bit extra damage. But it is great health, right? It also takes her into stance, which is the important thing. She goes straight into Heaven's Wrath, which, for me, is her best situation. Having plus frames in Heaven's Wrath, that's where REINA gets scary, right? Because she's got such good tools from this stance, especially when she's plus, right? She can go into Hell Sweep, right? She can even do Electric. She can do War God Kick. She has the Heat Engager mid that is safe and has pushback. She's got that, which counter hit. She's got that. She's got the Unbreakable Throw. If you are minus against REINA, if you're minus, say, 5 and up, it's scary, right? Obviously, we then have that, which I think is her scariest situation. I think, personally, I think right here, I don't know why she didn't finish. -8 in Heaven's Wrath, or -8 facing Heaven's Wrath. I think that's where REINA is the most scary, because she can pretty much just do whatever she wants, unless you're planning on doing a Rage Art or like Burst or something. But anyway, back to business, right? So we can parry, which basically means, like I said, we go into stance and then we have plus frames, which means that we can mix. We can do whatever we want, right? But where it gets interesting, right, is it not only takes plus frame, but what it basically does, like I said, is it ignores recovery frames. Meaning, actually, before we even get into that, let's show some of the stuff that we can actually, like for example, where it gets scary, right? Or where it becomes helpful, right? If we get Law to just do this, right? So this string is safe for Law, I believe. Oh no, it's not. -14. Forget, regardless of whether it's safe or not, I mean, we can punish it, right? That wasn't even a punish. But what we can do, parry, and you see right there, punish, right? So with this string, I believe, right there. So we can actually, let's say this person's doing this string a lot, right? We can now we could parry this, and we could punish. The timing, you have to put time in to get the time in right there. Punish. So a string that was not launch punishable before, with this parry, timing, like I said, is a little bit tight to get the punish. But you can actually now launch this string, get your combo, boom. So now that mind game is a little bit scarier, and obviously that's a heat engager for Law, right? So this is a move that he wants to finish. He wants to finish this. Obviously he's gonna play mind games, and finish it. Sometimes he's gonna delay it, which is why in this situation it's a little bit scarier. It's not as simple as parry the last hit because you can delay the last hit, right? But that's just a general idea of showing you guys what it does. Where it gets a lot more strong, and this is where it becomes game changing. I mean, this right now is obviously a little bit game changing already, because there are strings. This string, for some reason, I thought it was safe. It's obviously not safe, but there are heat engagers like this, right, that are safe, that you can parry and make unsafe, right? A move that I want to show you guys, another situation before I get into that actually, where it becomes really strong is with like power crushes, right? Because a lot of power crushes, they're safe, right? -13. I mean, you can get your punish, you can get your little boom, you know, 28 damage. But if you're expecting a power crush and you know, you've labbed this enough to where you get that time in, sorry, like I said, the timing isn't easy for the electric at least. Now the power crush is launch punishable. Like I said, if you have a read and you say he's gonna power crush, he's definitely gonna power crush, you parry it and you launch him. So now this is taking stuff that was unsafe and making it launch punishable, right? Now this works with both of Law's power crushes, right? And both of Law's power crushes are 20. They're both 20 frames. So the timing is the same. So like if you're facing against Law and you think he's gonna power crush, you have that time in, and both of them, sorry, at least I believe both of them. Maybe this one's not electric punishable, right? Alright, you know what? Let's go into heat for the sake of ease, because obviously heat electric is faster, right? There you go. Alright, so it's still not punishable. Alright, so this one's not launch punishable, right? But like I was saying, actually, let me go back into heat. If you are in heat, this is where it gets interesting as well. Now, regardless, I mean, I didn't punish that time. Now, you know, it is a launcher anyway. So if you're in heat, even stuff that isn't electric punishable is still going to be launch punishable right here. So when you're in heat, it becomes a lot scarier. And I'm going to touch more on heat later on, right? Because heat just makes this parry even more terrifying, bro. So here, again, another move that makes this stuff even more game-changing, because this move is going to change matchups so drastically, and you're going to see that even more in this video, right? So already, this parry is showing its use in being able to punish stuff harder than they're intentionally meant to be punished, right? But again, I tell you, Law is a character that showcases this. I think Law is going to be a really tough matchup if you're going against REINA. Sorry, REINA's going to be a really tough matchup if you're going against Law. Because moves that people want to do really often, and this is where it gets really interesting, right? Moves that people use to enforce plus frames are moves that people are going to be using really often. So with Law, you see him a lot of the time. Wrong move. You see him a lot of the time do, I think it's called Dragon Cannon. Bang. Don't know what it's called, but I think it's something like that. Or Dragon Hammer, I think it's called. Right? This, on block, +3, you're in crouch. Not the best situation. Not the best situation. You see Law players use this move a lot, right? But if I parry that, and bear with me, I'm still learning, right? Like I said, there's a lot to lab. You're gonna have to go in. This isn't tech that I'm gonna show you and you're just gonna have it mastered, right? You're gonna have to put time in labbing each character, each move specifically, and see what you get, right? I was thinking you get 2. You don't get 2, but you get 1. You see right there? Punish. So now a move that was +3, moves that people like to use, massive parts of people's game plan, moves that people are using out here to just take control of neutral. Now all of a sudden you can't throw this move out to take your frames because now you're getting punished for 34 damage and a heat engager, right? And again, same situation, right? If I'm in heat, all of a sudden you're taking 55 damage for trying to do a move that against every other character is really strong. You can sidestep it, obviously, right? So if you really know it's coming, you can sidestep it. But if it's a move like, right, you're trying to adjust to your opponent's time, you don't want to risk sidestepping because obviously they could go for a homing attack, you can punish this move. And I don't think I need to tell y'all how much of a big deal it is to be able to punish moves that are plus on block. Right? You can punish these moves. A lot of stuff that otherwise you just have to hold. Not this move specifically, like I say, you can sidestep this move. But again, in certain situations, you can't sidestep this move, right? For example, if they double it up. Okay, if they double it up, you can, right? Because, although if you've done it back to back, I don't know. Again, you have to lab it. I'm not going to lab in this video. I'm just going to tell y'all stuff that I know and I've already been over. But like I say, if you're minus enough, you can't parry this move. I mean, you can't sidestep this move. But what you can do always is parry it. And you get your punish, right? So, this applies to so many more moves. Again, it's very situational, but again, if we record, so he also has this move that he likes to go and get plus frames with, right? This move, +2. Not as scary, doesn't force crouch, but you don't get a punish off of this. But again, it's definitely not his turn anymore if you parry this move, right? And now it's your turn to mix. Go for the grab, and this is something that's gonna catch people, right? If people are expecting you to retaliate, go for an unbreakable grab. They hold block, you get damage, you know? God forbid they're at the wall, you get the extra damage at the wall. So you can see how this parry is already shutting certain matchups, like a lot of stuff that characters want to do. And let me show y'all something. There's something that I want to lab that it's hard to lab. I need to have someone help me lab this. But for example, right? I think I need to pick Law to lab this. Alright, so here's something that's really interesting. Again, game changer. Alright, so if I'm gonna get REINA to parry and punish. This is what I'm gonna get her to do, right? Watch this. So as I punish, she's gonna parry, and then she's gonna do 1. Right? So, how are we gonna do this? So, alright, so if I do this move, right? This move goes into DSS, right? Let's see. On block, this move's -2, but if you go into DSS, +4, right? DSS, and this applies to DSS in general, right? But with the other option that I wanted to show y'all, which is with Junkyard, it's a lot harder to recreate him training with the parry, and then it's really weird. Alright, let me show y'all. Actually, you know what? Alright, you know what? Nah, I ain't gonna go that deep. Maybe I'll come back for another video, an update, right? Alright, we're gonna go back to punish, because this I'm telling you, this parry is complex. It's deep. There's so many layers to this parry of the potential is huge. it's so much. It's like Jin's parry, where certain stuff you're gonna get certain punishes, but then there's so many more layers to it. I believe with Jin's parry, I believe you're guaranteed 2-1, because with Jin's parry you can do like any move of his moveset after the parry, but with Reina's you only get Heaven's Wrath, right? So there's it's more precise. Finer details are coming out. Whereas with Jin you can do anything, right? So you're guaranteed a 2-1. Not 2-1, a 2-4. Alright, but anyway, getting into this, right? So if I do this, boom, and I go into if she parries this hit, and I go DSS, and she does 1, she can counter DSS options. So essentially, so imagine what I'm trying to tell you, right? So if a law player does Junkyard to you, you can parry the final hit, right? You block that low, and then you parry the final hit. And now you can counter DSS options, right? So DSS is one of the most oppressive things in this game when it comes to plus frames, and you just having to hold whatever's coming next, right? When it comes to DSSS, I said DSSS. When it comes to DSS, more often than not, you just have to hold the follow-ups. But with stuff like this, right? Sorry, I gotta delay it. I try and take my frames, and bear in mind, right? People, when they're going into the DSS, a lot of people aren't gonna react to the parry. Especially right now, because people aren't gonna be expecting it, because no one uses this parry. So bear in mind, like, people are just gonna enforce their plus frames, right? So they're gonna press counter hit. So now you're getting counter hit for trying to enforce something again that against every other character just works. Just works. For you, normally that's going to be a counter hit. But against Reina, I'm getting counter hit, and now let me try and remember, because there are options. Now the interesting thing is, right, obviously when Law is in heat, if I'm in heat, obviously... Oh no, I didn't go into DSS. If I'm in heat, obviously DSS automatically parries punches, right? So that's a lot of damage, Jesus. So that's something that's counterplay, right? That's something you're gonna have to think about as the Reina player. But obviously she's got other options. I could go into Hellsweep, but that comes down to reads. But the important thing to know is you're in danger. It completely turns this matchup around. You know, me just trying to take plus frames, that traded, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't trade. So let's try that again. Yeah, that doesn't trade. Law has armor, I believe. Yeah, so again, layers. There's layers to this, right? But long story short, this is strong. But again, alright, let's go back. This is the last thing I wanted to show y'all for Law before we get to some really, really strong stuff that I'm going to show y'all. Some really strong matchup specific stuff. Alright, so we're going back to this string, right? So what's interesting with this string, I didn't actually record it right. What's interesting with this string is right here. I'm gonna show y'all. So I'm trying to parry. If I bring up my command history, y'all see I'm trying to parry the second hit, but the second hit jails. So the beauty is, right, that every time you see back one, you can try and parry back two, and if like it won't come out, right? The parry won't come out because it gels. However, obviously, like I said, Law can delay the string, and if he delays the string, the parry will come out, right? The parry will come out if he delays the string. Obviously, he can delay it a little bit more, but generally, Law players don't. I mean, they're not always gonna max delay it every time. Let's see what happens if they do max delay it anyway, because the timing is most likely gonna be off. But the timing is generous enough. The timing is generous enough so that you can get both timings. I don't think this is gonna work, though. It's definitely not gonna work, matter of fact. Yeah, the delay is too big right there. But you get the idea, right? Even if the opponent, if he delays it to the max, it's not gonna work. But if he delays it just a little bit, you get the parry. Now, as you see right there, we tried to counter, but we get beat, right? Let's see what happens right here. So either way, we're gonna get beat. But obviously, we have a power crush. We have a power crush that can beat the follower. Here's the interesting thing again, though, right? Again, another way where this parry gets scary. If I am in heat, this is where it shuts down a lot of strings, right? If there's any string where I can get a parry in between, now the parry's gonna take you for 40 damage. And I don't even have to do nothing, bro. I just wait for you to finish it. I don't have to do a damn thing. I parry the second hit, I go into stance, and obviously in stance, she has an auto parry. Dangerous stuff. And of course, if he doesn't finish the string, I'm in Heaven's Wrath, in front of you, with heat. REINA doesn't get scarier. She literally doesn't get scarier than being right in front of you in heat, because now I have mid-launcher, I have heat smash low, 40 damage, launcher on some stages. You know, I can do that and run it all the way back. I have Hell Sweep. She doesn't get scarier. So even if you don't finish the string, I'm in a terrifying position for you. Also, if you do finish the string, you're taking damage. So the amount of potential with this parry, as y'all can see right here, is scary, bro. And now, I'm gonna show y'all, we ain't gonna go on for too long. Let's try and make this under 30 minutes, but I'm gonna show y'all some serious matchup knowledge. Listen, already at this point, this parry is a game changer, right? I think we can agree, right? But right now, I'm gonna show y'all the epitome of game changing. This is where it completely nullifies matchups. REINA versus REINA. REINA is a terrifying matchup for REINA, bro. Put it that way. She's a terrifying matchup for herself if you're using this parry. Because look, I'm gonna show y'all something. All we're gonna do, how do I do this actually, right? Because there's certain situation, right? I'm gonna show y'all, and this is something, this is a tip I'm gonna give you for labbing these situations, right? So, how am I gonna do this? Alright, so basically, if I do forward 2 into 3, right? How often do you see that? How often do you see that, right? I'm gonna show y'all something. If I parry that, the second hit, the free just doesn't come out. Now, this is what I was talking about with Junkyard and DSS. If you do Junkyard and you parry the third hit, the DSS options don't come out. So I need somebody to help me lab that so I can actually see if this is an error in the game with the CPU, or if you really can't input the follow-ups, right? Although, matter of fact, scratch that, because I've already labbed this and I know you can input the follow-ups, right? But this is something to help you lab in, right? So if you get in a situation like this, just know you need to take over yourself and finish this, because you're gonna get situations like this where the AI just doesn't finish what you've recorded. But here's where you have to like do your own thing. So we have to go back to punish. How did I do this? Give me a second. How did I do this? Alright, here's how we're gonna do it. Same again as we've done with Law. It's the same situation. So we're gonna parry, boom, and then we're gonna do 1. Alright? So in this situation, how do I maybe am I just not being quick enough? Come on, bruh. Is that really? Alright, let's make him get hit and that should work, right? There we go. Alright, cool. What's this? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Essentially, if we boil it down, forward 2 doesn't work against REINA. It doesn't work. If you get your opponent's timing and you can parry forward 2, right? You get a counter hit. If the opponent commits to anything, right? Let's say they want to do forward 2 into 3, right? Let's say they want to do forward 2 into 2. If they do anything other than that, which is going to high crush, if they do anything, you're getting counter hit. So you just can't use forward 2. You just can't use it, right? And obviously, I'm set, but the point is, if, like I say, if you got your opponent's timing, and you know they're gonna do a forward 2, which, let's be fucking honest, that is such a crucial move in Reina's moveset. She's gonna be doing forward 2s anytime she wants to get in, almost, right? So anytime you parry a forward 2, okay, they could parry as well, power crush as well. I was gonna get onto that, right? But anything, look, you want to do that, you want to do that, boom. Even if you do that, look, if you do that, sorry, my bad. That's a float. You're getting a combo. That's a launcher. It's even worse. You're getting launched, right? You do that. This is gonna get. Sorry, my bad. My inputs. This is gonna get beat. Sorry. This is gonna get beat. You're gonna counter hit everything, like I said, other than that and other than that. This is the only things that are gonna beat that. But then, here's the counterplay, right? Obviously, like I said again, same with Law. She has the power crush, right? So now, if your opponent figures this out, sorry. Alright, no, wait. Wait. I told you I didn't have a script for this. I was wrong. Wait. It's not the power crush that beats it. It's not the power crush that beats it. My bad, bro. And the thing is, this also beats all the other options as well. But obviously, I'm gonna show y'all why going for 1 is the better option. I'm gonna show y'all. 1 is the better option, even though this next option beats pretty much everything, including the power crush and the low. Look, counter hit. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like this video is all over the place. I really should have wrote some sort of script, or at least had notes. But like I've been labbing this so hard, and I really just wanted to get some of this information out because, like, it's fucking huge. But yeah, power crush gets beat, right? The low, beat. Mid, beat. Other mid, beat. The only thing that's gonna beat it is that, which is gonna high crush, mid crush. But like I've seen before, if you go for the 1, you're launching that, you're floating that, right? So this is where it's just scary, bro. So yeah. So you either get the low as a counter hit for any of their options, or you get the 1 as a counter hit. I would say go for the 1, and I'm gonna show y'all why. Obviously, and here's again where it's super scary. And again, right? If you're in heat, sorry, you want to make the opponent in heat, and again, I'm just gonna show y'all. Honestly, I don't mind how long this video is, bro. Alright. So, boom. Why is that hit? Boom. So obviously if you're in heat, you're shutting this down anyway. Even the power crush is being shut down, right? Alright, that doesn't work. I'm learning this stuff out. I haven't labbed the heat, I can't even talk. I haven't labbed these options of what her parry, the stance parry does, the auto parry. I haven't labbed what the auto parry does to her options, but that's because it's not relevant, right? Because really, you're going to be going for 1 or you're going to be going for down 4, because those options are just, they're foolproof. Unless you think your opponent is going to do 4. But even then, right? Unless you think your opponent is going to power crush or do the low, really. you're gonna go for 1. And if you think they're gonna power crush or low, then you're gonna go for this. But here, again, here's where it's gonna get super scary, right? Because, all right, we've already established, forget this actually, let me swap it. This is the final thing I want to show y'all that I've labbed, right? And I might edit this video down to get out some of the some of the blabbering, right? Because I can't get my thoughts out, bro. This is all off the cuff. But all right, this is the last thing I want to show y'all, right? So, all right, we've already established that this is gonna counter hit options, right? And this is where it really shuts down REINA. This is where you really don't want to go into Sentai and play this game if you're REINA facing off against REINA, right? This is where you really don't want to play this game because you might even think, first of all, actually, before we get into this, like I said, I want to end with the strongest stuff. So before we even get into this, the power crush, here's where the power crush was an option, right? Here's where I wanted to show y'all. It wasn't to punish the other thing. The power crush, because obviously you don't have to go into stance, right? And that would be the counterplay. You don't have to go into stance. But let me actually lab this in front of you guys right now also. I'm so out of it right now, bro. I'm gonna just be quiet while I'm trying to set this stuff up. Talking makes me fucking lose my trail of thought, makes me move everything slow. Alright, so we're going back to this, right? So the thing is, bitch, why are you not? There we go. Okay, is she blocking? No. Alright, cool. So you can see right there, that's still a punish. Even if you don't go into stance, that's still a punish. Why is she not parrying this? You see? It's still a punish. So whether they go into stance or not, they're being punished. The one is going to punish. I was actually going to show you the power crush because I know the power crush will beat that as well. Even if you oh my god, REINA parries, bro. Even if you do the power crush there, it will punish her not going into stance. And it will also punish her going into stance. See what I'm saying? So these are some very good options. Like her stance, her forward 2 is destroyed against this parry. This parry destroys forward 2. So even that counterplay is out the window, right? Now, here's what I want to show you. Now, here's one thing I haven't labbed, but I'm going to advise you guys to lab as well. Just other options of going into Sentai. Obviously, she has this. Let's try it. Alright, it's too slow, bro. She ain't gonna do it. But anyway, lab that. Lab the options of getting into Sentai, because they'll undoubtedly start trying other options to get into Sentai, right? And then what they'll eventually start doing is they'll just start doing, this is what I do a lot. This is actually really good. A lot of people don't do it, but just going into raw Sentai, especially this, just to get plus points, right? Because people are already going to respect forward 2, so now you just go in with Sentai and take your +4. That's what I do a lot, but people are going to start doing that, but then, you know, people aren't used to doing that. You're already throwing people off of their game plan. But yeah, kill Sentai. Here's the final thing that I want to show y'all. We're going to be about 45 minutes before we're done. Alright, so we're going to activate Heat again. Here's where it's really scary, because I've already shown you that Heaven's Wrath 1 is going to counter hit pretty much anything, and it's going to punish. So if I get my opponent to do a forward 2, right? Well, I don't even need to get them to do a forward 2, actually. Like I said, we're going to assume we're going to go off the base that I've already parried the forward 2, and they're already, I'm about to counter hit them, right? So let's set counter hit. And this is where, because you're taking serious damage. So this counter hit, right? As we've seen, it's +17. Which means that not only do you get, as usual, you get that. You get that. If you're outside of Heat, really, you want to go for that. Boom. But in Heat, you get all of this. right? Look at the damage that you're taking. This is full combo, bro. Look at this. Didn't work. I don't have a combo off of that. 92 damage for doing forward 2. Need I say more? Need I say more? You're taking all of this, bro. Now that combo wasn't good anyway, so I try and do a combo that actually, showcases. Oh my god, bro. What is up with my inputs right now? Let's try and do a combo. That still don't work, but you get the idea, bro. You get the idea. You're taking big, but God forbid we're in rage. God forbid I'm in rage and you try and close me out with a forward 2, right? Because now you're gonna take some big boy damage. Sorry, wrong combo. But you guys already get the idea anyway, right? $99 damage, bro. Again, God forbid I get the wall, bro. Before we wrap this up, I just want to see what kind of damage we can be getting. What kind of damage we can actually be getting from this if we manage to hit a wall. So I'm gonna get my opponent to, I want to see like max situation damage, bro. Wake up backwards. Y'all gonna see me labbing this. Look at that damage, bro. Look at the health bar. That's from a forward 2. You don't want to do forward 2 against REINA, who knows how to parry, bro. And this is why, like I said, game change. You cannot tell me this is anything other than game change. That is game changing. That's some top tier shit right there. That's some, you're telling me to punish a forward 2, a move that whoever watched, if you watched the Buzz tournament the other day where Joker won, he pulled out REINA in grand finals and he was abusing this. First of all, let me tell y'all something. The Sentai pressure is not real. The Sentai pressure is not real. If I get my opponent to do some Sentai options, this is beside the parry, but I really want to just let y'all know. A lot of people, it's crazy watching some of the best players in the world not know this about REINA, and obviously she's like a new character. But let's say, look right there, 2 options, right? So every option that REINA does is beaten by jab. Every one of them, again, other than the low witch high crushes, the jab, and the power crush, right? Every one of them is beaten. You can interrupt. You don't have to take this fake pressure. I was gonna try 1+2 to see if it works. That doesn't work. But jab, it beats everything other than power crush. But check this out. I mean, it technically beats power crush, right? If they do power crush. Sorry. You can still block the jab. You can jab, interrupt, and still block. So you've beaten the power crush because the power crush isn't doing his job anymore, right? I mean, it's getting her out of some being beaten, but you know. But here's the idea. This is how you beat REINA. You jab, interrupt everything, and then you force her to either do power crush or low, and you can launch punish both. The Sentai is not real. Sentai off of forward 2 is not good. Like, people, this is my tip to y'all, anti-REINA. I'll probably make a full video, but Sentai gets shut down from jab. And I just wanted to say that because, like I said, so many people struggle with this. Even some of the best players in Pakistan wasn't. I mean, and look, for players who are using it sparingly, it can be hard to react and immediately throw out a jab. But just know that you can jab interrupt every option other than the power, other than the low, which is gonna low crush. Even forward 2-1 is gonna trade. It's not trading in your favor, but it's better than getting a heat engager, right? If you make the wrong read and they go for free, you're not dying anymore for it. And if you're Feng, back one. That's that now the trade is in your favor, right? There's a lot of other stuff as well. Ling Xiao Yu players forward 2 just doesn't work against her because she can just do back one. Punish. It punishes everything. You literally can't do it. But what was we talking about? Anyway. Yeah, that damage that you're taking for going into forward 2. I mean... right? All of a sudden now, she's finishing the string. Which is weird. All this damage, bruh. Nah, that doesn't work either. But you see that? Come on, man. Game-changing tech for REINA. I implore you, if you're a REINA player, even if you're not a REINA player, because you need to know what moves are really, really safe against this, because you don't want to be Law throwing out a Dragon Hammer and dying, right? And you're thinking, what? This move is meant to be safe. This move is meant to be plus. And now I'm dead, right? You don't want to be in that situation. But if you're a REINA player especially, make sure you're labbing this, because this can change matchups. I'm going to definitely be coming back, and I'm going to probably be making videos as often as I can, showing y'all some strong stuff that you can use this parry against. But this is the potential. This is the potential of the parry, right? Where you can completely butcher a character for using some stuff that is core to their game plan. Dragon Paws in general are no longer safe. I've been labbing that. Dragunov forward 2, you can punish it. Not forward 2. Dragunov run into is not safe anymore. Dragunov, that hammer, the plus frames hammer, you can't punish that, but again, it's not plus anymore. It's now my turn after that if I parry that. A lot of stuff now, and especially again, strings. If you're in heat, especially if you can, any string that you could parry the second hit maybe, and your opponent's gonna keep going and go into the lab. This has so much potential. This parry has so much potential. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm not gonna go on for too long, but I want you guys to go ahead and do your own labbing for this parry. Figure out what you can counter, what works, what doesn't work. Make sure you leave a like and share this video for our REINA mains, because this is going to be game changing. Like I said, like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to try and edit this up so it's not as long. I know content like this, you want it to be digestible. But there's so much in this parry that we need to go over that, yeah. Until next time, like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you always and forever runneth the fade. Peace.